Welcome everyone back to the Alpha Racing League for Season 3. It is Tier 2, Round 11, and we are at the Spanish Grand Prix circuit. It is PMBO5 back, and I am joined by Tier 1 driver, Tier 1 third person in points, you could say, Polo God 26X. How are you doing, Polo?
Some want to race in ARL, but I am doing great. Um, another wet race because Spain, or as some people say, pain. Um,
Well, that's what the stream title says.
yeah, this entire weekend is full of rain. We've seen Tier 3 with the rain. That's how things shaped up, giving Dominant Square his best ever finish. Wonder what this could play into a factor for Tier 2. Who's gonna get the shock result today?
That's a big question, and I actually want to just say as well, I think you cursed us as well. You mentioned how you didn't want it to be another 4-hour commentary thing. Well, it's probably gonna be, Paulo, because it may be close, but not as close as last time was, right? You kind of cursed it, saying, "Oh, I hope it don't happen. I hope it don't be like this." Well, yeah. Well, I think we may have another. We kind of commentated tier 2 or tier 3 for almost 2 hours, you could say. So yeah, almost. So that's okay. But quickly, want to go over tier 2 last season. Now you commentated this race last season, and I hope people can remember. I hope you can remember the amazing battle between Adam Fav and Kagoda. That was
Yes.
great.
I remember it fondly. I remember that was one of the best battles of the season.
We have a spin. AMS Rain has broken his front wing. Haha, I made a rhyme. Anyway, I just remember it very big, honestly. I remember it very well. Because, of course, I still talk to Goda. I still talk to Adam Fav. I still talk to them both about it sometimes. And they loved that battle. Turn 1, they battled it out. Turn 3, they battled it out. They battled it out from turn 1 to turn 3 to the final sector. They battled it out to the end of the race. And, yeah, I think you could easily say that was one of the best finishes in ARL yet. Best last lap battles. Now, Paulo, what this track has done, though, is created last lap battles in every tier so far. Well, for the race win. But that changed earlier today with tier 3, which we figured it would, but that's okay. Now, the first starts in this race from last season is as a boss place. He made his first start, but making their first starts or coming back. Oh, Adam Fav has gone for a spin. That's in front of his teammate. Oh, he cuts right in front of him. But Big Chungus returning as a reserve. You also have Alabama Outlaw, who returns as well with after his race ban. So we'll see what those two can do, Bama Outlaw and Big Chungus. And quickly want to go over the tier 3 race. You mentioned earlier how Square got his best result. I'm happy for him. I think it's well deserved. He played the strategy completely right. And I wouldn't say he got lucky at all. I'd say he played the strategy very, very, very well. To the extent where he put himself in position and he held on against Hissy. He did what was right. And he possibly could potentially get a podium from it. While Bennett gets equaling records on a championship weekend where he wins his first championship, McLaren's first championship with the drivers, with someone from the drivers. And it's also the record equaling wins, also the record equaling most consecutive wins. Paulo, tell me about the tier 3 race.
Well, it was a okay race. I mean, there wasn't really much in terms of battling, but it's Spain. It's kind of expected since we are at Pain, of course. But Square was leading the race at some point, and he was even better out up until the rain period. And Bennett just pulled away after the safety car came in, and Square he defended very well from Hissy, from Florian Foley, from a lot of them, and yeah, think, and he started in 19th to boot. So he played the strategy absolutely right. this is going to be another one of those races where you need to play the strategy right and go on to the right tire at the right time. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in tier two.
Yeah, Tier 2 and Tier 1 barely had any rain. If you remember, Paulo, back to China, there was rain there, but it wasn't enough for the inter or wet tire. Well, this time we've had enough for the inter or wet tire. And I think it's worth being mentioned, it's going to be wet at the middle of the race. So this is a good opportunity for drivers to realize what their setups can do in the wet, what it can really do. Because I'd be assuming if they pick a wet setup, this is why they're out on the track. This is what they're trying. And they're maybe also trying if they're using a dry setup to see how their wet setup does in the dry. Because I know you did a bit of practice with your setups, even for tomorrow in Tier 1, from your wet setup in the dry, and you kind of liked what you had. So if you didn't like what you had before, this is the time you got to figure out if you like it or not. Because if you don't like it or not, you can't change now unless you've gone out on track. So they need to figure out what they like and what they don't like right now about their setup.
Yeah, having the right setup is absolutely vital in a race such as this, where interchanging conditions and all that. As Davis goes to the top by a good bit, it's definitely time for intermediates, as everyone is on the intermediates. But you need to have the perfect setup for the perfect conditions, and just need to hope that the people who do end up like at the top in the wet, can they do it in the dry? That's what the practice is here for, to find out if they can actually pull that off.
Utah Elephant as well goes up to second place. Could be a best qualifying for him because of the conditions. We know, I will say quickly, what we saw in Tier 3 after the record-breaking weekend, we saw something we've never seen. Blue Goggy on pole. How about that? First time for him. First time for a reserve driver in a long time, if there has even been any reserve drivers on pole. That's the first time a reserve driver this season has took pole. Now, with that being said, it's a heavy rain to overcast session. What we saw in Tier 3, Paulo, and we can kind of describe it, is you want to be the last person, the absolute last person to go out. But you cannot have any invalidations, any mistakes. You have to hit a perfect lap. Because Blugagi may have not been the last one to go to the line, but the problem was Bennett crashed. Bennett had issues. He qualified 4th. And you also had as well, Raptor didn't qualify as well. As you see times going on the board. Yeah, they didn't qualify as well. They didn't do well. You have to have a near perfect lap in the near changing conditions. You need to be on the right tire as well. You cannot be on the wrong one. So that's what I think we saw from the Tier 3 qualifying that we could go over from this. And I think as well, 2019 Italy. That's what we're going to be looking out for the most. Will people try to be the last one to go? Will it be 2019 Italy all over again? Look at the first sector, the last sector, how it was in the qualifying sessions. It was a cluster.
Yeah, everyone was all bunched up, and it was fun to see. But some people couldn't get laps. Some people were blocked on their laps. I saw in one of the tickets that Bennett was actually blocked by Thrasher. That's what cost his lap, and pretty much gave Blue Goggy pole. Raptor validated his lap, so it had to show that Blue Goggy had the perfect lap, is that everyone else couldn't get their laps in. And it's all about having like the nerve to pull that off, and he did. So yeah, first pole, and it would be great now if Maddie Moo got pole, because that would have been double pole for the, I'm not sure what their surnames are, but the Maddie Bros, the Cow Bros.
I don't even know how to say their last name. I'm not trying to be rude, but I really don't, so I don't want to assume. But I will say that qualifying session that we observed and we saw could just change anyone's season starting from pole. And you have to be in, like, it's kind of a similar race to Germany last season. You have to be in the right tire at the right time, or else you're not going to win the race. You're simply not. Here are the point standings that we're going to talk about then. Paulo, Tier 2 points. Let's look at the driver standings first. 30 points separate Atlantis and Matty Moon with the two teammates. Sam, Adam are behind. They're 5 points within one another. And 5th through 9th is all within 9 points of one another. What kind of surprises you the most? What do you kind of look at here? And Atlantis runs off traction. Keep that in mind. So he sits 18th right now. Could he not qualify as well, possibly? Who knows? We'll find out, because he's off traction, does start to struggle in the wet sometimes. So, yeah. Anyways, go ahead with what you're going to say.
Well, I mean, Atlantis and Sam being 1-2. I think from the start, I don't think I was really surprised about that. I mean, they're demoted from Tier 1. They wanted to prove themselves, and they definitely have. They've been up there for most of the season, so not really a surprise there. Adam Fab, definitely a redemption season for him. He had a poor end to last season, and he's had a pretty okay couple of races. He hasn't had the best of races, but he's still hanging in there in P3. Matty Moo, I think Matty Moo's been my biggest shock. He's definitely been
Improvement.
really, really rapidly improving throughout the season, and he's up to 4th, and he's been pretty consistent recently and taking the fight to Atlantis. He won the previous race in Belgium, don't forget. So, wait, I was looking at the wrong standings. Matty Moo was actually 2nd.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm such an idiot.
I was going to say something, but I prefer not to. But, yeah, I was just going to say quickly, Paulo, what I could be curious about here for this race, just before we go to constructors quickly. Could this be a breakout race in the championship, or even not even the championship, even just to help these guys, such as Brake Tester, such as Patriot, such as Chili, XPlo, F1 Boy, even let's go with Bam Outlaw. He's yet to have a podium since season 1. Adam Fav, could this be a breakout race for him to win his first race of the season? We could have 7 different winners today in this season, if I'm correct. We would have 7 different winners. That's right. So a lot can happen. And look at all the guys on the soft tire, or wanting to go to the soft tire, or even the mediums on dry tires very, very soon. The track is almost dry. But yeah, constructor standings quickly, Polo. McLaren 67 points ahead. They're 67 ahead in Tier 3 heading into this weekend. So McLaren, their hunt to 1,000 combined constructors points is still possible, isn't it?
I mean, there is still the chance of AlphaTauri. If AlphaTauri do have a rise from the Ashes thing, and Fab and Sassy do have a great race today, there's still the chance. I mean, there's still technically a fight going on for the championship lead, but I think McLaren are probably going to run away with it with the last couple of races, with the consistency of Atlantis and the rise of Matty Moo in the last few races. I think McLaren will definitely be at the top by the end, in my opinion.
Yeah, all those people who are going out, you see some people going out. This is the end of the qualifying session because Atlantis goes to the top on the intermediate tires. He is at the top. You have behind that the Ferrari. That is Bobby the Human going to come to the line, going to start a lap. But hey, there's some people in the inners, there's some people on the dries. But McLaren first and last right now. Look at the first sector. Look at the second sector. Look at the cars in sector 2. Look at this. They're all in one train. Look at this. Look at this. Chili, Patriot, Bama, Riles, Matty Mamu. Look at this train. Look at this. This is Monza 2019, a repeat. And look at the first sector as well. People trying to make laps in and make them count. Something's gone wrong for Riles.
Turn 1.
Yeah, that's Davis who spun. Look at the final sector. Guys, some of them on inners. There's people who are on inners, some people on dries, and the track is completely, well, it stopped raining, but the track is not completely dry, but the soft tires will be better. Here comes Riles past Chili to Brake Tester, but you also have people running close to one another, running on laps. DRS enabled this time, a little later than the Tier 3 time. 20 seconds remain, but coming to the line, look at the last sector. Side-by-side contact with Utah Elephant and Adam Fav. Look at the traffic and coming to the line. Some of them might not even have some laps in, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Mercedes is off. The Ferraris won't have laps. Atlantis won't have a lap. The Alfa Romeo of XPlo won't have a lap. But the first to cross the line should be the Renault. No, that's not. That should be the Red Bull of Rapalucas. There's the yellow flag. It's Riles off. The Racing Point off. Rapalucas on the intermediate tire should be the first one to cross the line. And he cuts it. It's lap done. So then the first one to cross the line will be Bama Outlaw.
He's
The
on the
McLaren
mediums.
behind
Is he gonna go quickest on those mediums? I don't know. Sam C, I think, blocked Utah Elephant.
Brake tester out. Brake tester's out of the session. You have the Racing Point as well. There's a collision at the back. That is the Ferrari and the Racing Point and the Alfa Romeo. But contact. Chili's actually pushed Matty off on his lap. But coming to the line, Alabama Outlaw goes to pole. Behind that, there's the Williams. Both Williams. Patriot goes to pole. Chili's second. You have the Mercedes as well. Luke can't get better. It's the Alfa Romeo Utah Elephant. He goes to third. Best qualifying yet. And look at the last sector.
Whoa, what is going on in sector, at the end of sector 2? Both AlphaTauris and both Racing Points are all at the second sector split. What's going on there?
Patriots on pole. Patriot is on pole for the first time this season. Actually, sorry, that for the third time this season. And it is in Williams' front row. Only 4 people got dry laps in. Only 4 people. Wow. And it's really shaped up the running order because it's a Williams 1-2, Utah Elephant in third, Atlantis down in fifth. Chaos. Chaos. Madness. Absolute madness. But hey, Milo Gaming starts last. He's outside the top 10. Matty Mumu, Adam Fav, Luke, Sam. Inside the top 10, though, Rain, Brake Tester, Atlantis, Patriot, Chili. Watch out for them. What a crazy qualifying session. And Jack happy for his 2 Tier 2 drivers. Kind of race engineering that team. 1-2 for them. It's the first Williams 1-2 in qualifying this season, I want to say. It is, actually, let me check before I get it wrong. It's their third front row lockout. But I don't think that's the first time this season. I don't know. I'm not too sure. So yeah, Patreon on pole for the third time, that is. Well, what an interesting qualifying session. Only 3 people got laps in. How about that?
I mean, it was the same for Tier 3 as well. I think it was Blue Doggy. I think it was, I don't know who the other 2 were, but how many people could have gone and get laps of softs, but actually starting on the softs, I don't think is the best idea. I have a reason for this. Because the rain's going to come halfway through the race, but the softs, they're going to have to pit. People on the softs are going to have to pit. So actually, Williams, I don't think are in the best position. I think also Utah Elephant is in the best position. I think Bama ARL is in the best position. If you really think about it, Atlantis is also on the softs. Brake Tester on the mediums, Brain on the mediums. See, all these guys are on the mediums. If you look at the tires fitted, yeah. Patriot, Chile, Utah Elephant, and Atlantis. I don't think they're in a good position with the strategy because the rain's going to come and they're going to be behind all the guys who are on the mediums. That's just my view.
Now, question then is, Paulo, and I don't have to answer this because we're going to get one of the ones to watch, but will that rain come hard enough to be full wets? It wasn't in the Tier 3 race, but again, overcast at the very end. Anyway, my favorites from this race. How about Utah Elephant starting third? Not bad from him to start off. Best qualifying yet. He's got to be happy. He's got to be at a positive vibe. Well, he got taken out and with Callum last season in this race. If you remember the collision at turn 2, you may. Brought out a safety car, I believe. And he didn't finish well at all. He really didn't. So, redemption time for Utah Elephant possibly. We'll find out. It put Big Chungus at the back, I see. Well, I'm also going to go with Davis, who took his first podium in this race in Tier 3 last season. Although Chevy John and Data Lucas were battling it out at the front, Davis, could it be from 15th on the grid for another podium and maybe helping his championship hopes a little bit? We'll see. Paulo, 2 favorites very quickly.
Controversial decision. I'm gonna go with Alabama Outlaw. Actually, don't think that's controversial. He's the highest on the mediums. He's back from a race ban, and I think he could completely redeem himself today. I know he's had the bad luck. I know he's had the collision, but I think he's gonna redeem himself today. I'm also gonna go with X Below in 8th. I don't know. I think it's one of his second race ban. He did okay in Italy, and I think he can do okay here today.
Well, just waiting for the lights to go out for the Grand Prix. Patriot gonna lead the field down to turn 1. That slipstream, though, is very powerful. We've seen it in real life be used very, very powerful. Now, just waiting on the lights to go on and to go out because maybe a driver is not readied up or maybe there's someone needs to leave. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not in the driver's point of view. But, hey, lights coming on now. For the Grand Prix, it is going to be 5 red lights upon us here in Spain. It's lights out and away we go. I think Chile got a better start than his teammate. They're side by side on the run down to turn 1. Chile's picked up the lead, but they're still side by side into turn 1 this time. You're thinking about making it 3 wide, but the Haas down the inside. That's Brake Tester. He's almost spun and he's gone off. But side by side, Chile's took the lead. Brake Tester has fell down to 18th and still almost falling down to 19th. It's gone horrible, but heading to turn 4 for the first time this race. Chile ahead of Patriot, ahead of Utah Alphen, ahead of Atlantis. It's all the soft runners, 1, 2, 3, 4. But behind that, GSR Luke around the outside of Bama Outlaw, going on the gravel almost. Side by side between them, wheel to wheel, and he has to let Bama go, but they're still side by side. Contact almost around. And Luke has to take evasive action because of the contact. Callum's gone through, and Adam Fav may go through. Look, Callum in the gravel. Luke now goes through. Callum may have damage on the right side. He does. Contact. Matty Mumu by Sam Steed. It's been a crazy start. Look at the positions gained. And even the positions lost. 13 for Brake Tester. Both Haas's have gone down there. 5 for us for Sam. It's been crazy. And you see as well Milo Gaming getting by Bobby the Human. And a little, just a stoppage right here at the final chicane. And coming into the pits is Matty Mumu. Coming into the pits is Sam. Coming into the pits is Bama Outlaw. But leading lap 1 is GSR Chile. Ahead of Utah Alphen. But what's happened to Patriot?
I don't know, he's
that's
really,
just a glitch.
really slow.
That's just a
Utah
glitch.
Elephant's 8
That's a
tenths
glitch.
behind him. You also have Elias as well. But look at Amos Ritten. He's had a great start. Well, I don't know how many positions he's gone up because of the Co-Master's timing glitch, but he's had an amazing start to the race. I mean, he started like down in 8th and he was like up in 5th, so he's the highest of the medium runners, so he's in the best position at the moment.
Now, you may see the timing order of Matty Mumu. Sam messed up, but that's okay. We're still going to continue on normally because you have the Williams running 1-2, Utah Alphen before the rain does come at some point. As Brake Tester did mention, rain in 15 minutes. But you have Utah Alphen in 3rd, Atlantis down in 4th, outside the podium as things stand right now. So we mentioned it before the stream, we mentioned it during the stream. You have to be on the right tire at the right time or else you're not going to get this race win. And here comes Atlantis now into turn 1 this time with the help of the overtake button on Utah Elephant while Callum heads into the pits. And he's trying to get by around the outside. Can't really do much there. Utah Elephant kind of protecting that position a little bit more than Atlantis. And AMS Rain is on the back of Atlantis in case of a slip-up happens between any one of them and Expilo. I mean, what an improvement from last season. He's right there in the mix with the top 5 guys as well. He's done a very good job in qualifying and very good job at the start of this race to maintain his position. And I think actually gained 2 of them too. Milo Gaming has got by Rapalucas. Brake Tester, contact with him, touching right there. Brake Tester may try to get by Milo, but around the outside, can't do much there. And Jack has got a weather report from the Williams drivers. Rain in 5 minutes from Jeff.
It's clear though.
Still more clouds into sector. Oh, AMS Rain down the inside. Getting a move on Atlantis, but he has to... Yeah, I think he let Atlantis by. He may have found that unfair, or AMS Rain may have gotten a legal overtake for it, which may have caused him to let Atlantis by right there, and that's cost Atlantis time to Utah Elephant. But... GSR Luke is on the back of F1 Boy, who's had a decent start, F1 Boy. 2 positions, and so is Luke, 5 positions. Same with Adam for 5, and Riles for 6. Big Chungus, 9, even though he should have started better than that. But here comes GSR Luke, ahead and clear, and Atlantis is also ahead of Utah Elephant. Position swap right there. Utah Elephant now to 4th, but still a decent run for Utah Elephant after his qualifying. We saw Blue Goggy have the amazing qualifying. Similar to Utah Elephant, kind of dropping a little bit, but may not be as massive as Blue Goggy here, because Utah Elephant, I would say, still more in the dry and more in contention here before the rain comes. Yeah, Raptor does bring a good point. It may be clear, but it goes dark in 2 laps. That's Cody's things. Yeah, I know. Is that realistic? Is that... I know that sounds stupid to say. Is it realistically realistic? No, it's not. But
no, it's
Nürburgring 2008
it's Codemasters.
or 2007.
The most unrealistic. They make the most unrealistic F1 games ever.
Yeah. So, I mean, 2007 Nürburgring could be a good example of how quick it does, but in 2 laps, I don't know about that. I mean, that's not realistic. Utah Elephant getting challenged by AMS Rain as GSR Luke did pick up a penalty right there, and he's on the back of this train with XP low. AMS Rain, he may be wanting to challenge as well. I believe this was Luke's final, the final race before he made his first Tier 3 start last season, as he picks up the fastest lap. AMS Rain has gone through ahead of Utah Elephant, but both Alfa Romeo starting off very well in the top 6, which is probably like the first time we've seen that in a while for them, because those two, Utah Elephant and Silent, don't usually run up there, but Silent, keep in mind, had a 5-second penalty to serve for this race. Had a 5-second penalty to have from stuff that happened last race, but he's not here. Patriot as well from contact with Bobby the Human, because he DNF'd last week. He has a 5-second penalty as well. So right now it's Chile leading. Patriot would fall back with his 5-second penalty all the way back to 7th. Bit crazy thinking that, but hey, that's the truth. XP low, here he comes on Utah Elephant. Can't get a move on right there. Can't get close enough to make an overtake, but Luke has actually hit the back of XP low. Moved him out of the way a little bit. Trying to get a position right there. Can't really do much. Manny Muma though, Callum and Bama and Sam all have had struggles on the first laps, and they had to pit. So what does it look like for the medium runners? We'll find out. But here comes XP low on the back of Utah Elephant. XPO going a bit wide in the last corner. Overtake button engaged on his teammate. The pit strategy is open for the soft runners, but here comes XPO ahead. GS trying to contend, still side by side with Utah, and Utah Elephant has fell from 3rd to 7th already, while Big Chungus gets by Riles.
Big Chungus had a very good start. He's up into 10th, and he's gained 10 positions. He's starting at the back. He could be an outside contender for a top 5 because he's one of the guys on the mediums and on, I guess, the better strategy. Unless the guys on the softs can bring those softs to the inner period, which I think is very unlikely, but you never know.
Yeah, that is true. AMS Rain already low on fuel, I notice, but they're all in a DRS train from 2nd to 4th, battling one another with the Williams driver, Patriot, with Atlantis, with AMS Rain. Bobby the Human picking up a penalty. He runs outside the points right now as things stand, and Brake Tester actually gets by Riles into Sector 3. He's clear, and he has got points after a horrible start from him. So, Patriot still holding on ahead. Atlantis using that overtake button, trying everything he can to get up to Patriot. Utah Elephant, though, is into the pits for the first time in this race. GSR Luke surges past XPilo. Position swap right there. Two seconds between the race lead, though. So Williams 1-2, but if penalties were to decide this, it would not stay that way. Well, Rapalucas racing Utah Elephant off the pit lane. Rapalucas ahead of Utah Elephant right there. And while we speak, AMS Rain has got a bit closer to Atlantis, and as you start to see, which is important to mention, this ain't real life weather, this is a virtual video game, rather, but it's good to mention, those clouds have kind of surged back together and got a bit darker as of right now. So, interesting to say, as F1 Boy picks up a penalty.
I'd say about how quickly the rain came down in Tier 3, I think it'll start raining on like lap 10.
That's what I was thinking. The race leader, Chile. Or no, sorry. What am I seeing? I just saw a car peel in the pits. Okay, then. I'm seeing things, I guess.
Rain on
but here comes... Yep. He's got a position right there, AMS Rain does, with the help of DRS. He's on the medium, so those soft tires might be wearing out a bit more, and I do expect the rain to come, whether this lap, next lap, or lap 10, because look at how much cloudier it has got, especially Sector 1, and especially darker. Now, AMS Rain down the inside of Patriot, that was not going to work, and those two almost come to collision.
I mean... Is AMS Rain gonna do what his name's AMS Rain, so you better hope so.
I guess if he wins the race, I guess we may as well say AMS Rain really made it rain today. Yeah. I guess that's a pun for later, but here comes AMS Rain on the back of Patriot. Actually gonna dive down the inside, side by side still between them two. Touching wheels, and he spun Patriot!
And the rain is starting to fall down.
Oh boy.
Oh,
that's not a good thing for Patriot. And I don't think he's going to be too happy. These two have collided 2 weeks in a row now. The first lap at Belgium Turn 1, and right there in the Sector 3, split right there. Wow, I am shocked. But here comes AMS Rain on Atlantis, though. And all those medium runner guys are probably doing a rain dance right now. They're happy that their tire is coming into play. Adam Fav is got by F1 Boy. GSR Luke onto the back of Atlantis. So those guys in the soft tires, that soft tire may start dying for them. And yeah, it does look dark now. And Patriot down in 8th. Yeah, well, AMS Rain and him touched and made contact. And there goes Brake Tester around.
The battle
I think there was contact with Patriot. Well, I would not be surprised if they were, because they were close to one another. I just was about to go to them. And apparently 80% tires for whoever Jack is talking about, rather that be the race leader or Patriot. One of the two of the Williams drivers, I would be assuming. You see Atlantis starting to struggle. Some of the softeners are starting to struggle. Here comes AMS Rain in the back of Chile. Milo Gaming picks up a 3-second time penalty for that. And already onto the inters is Davis and Rapalucas. Did not notice that. With them pitting. Now here comes Chile into the pits for the first time in this race. So does AMS Rain, so does Atlantis, so does Luke, XPilo, Adam Fav, F1 Boy, Patriot. Oh yeah, it's coming down. And here comes Big Chungus, Riles, Brake Tester, and yeah, now is the time. Now is the right time to pit. Some of them actually double stacking. Both Williams drivers, both Mercedes. I think that's also both Alfa Romeos, and actually F1 Boy's out in the pit lane. Why is he retired?
Why?
Why is he retired? Why has he retired?
Why? Yeah, why has he retired?
Not gonna bring out a safety car, but it is all the inner guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and everywhere else you see them.
Oh, I think F1 Boy went onto the wrong tires.
Doesn't mean you have to retire, though. You know?
He could have gone around and then gone to the pits and then retired. That was a bit...
Yeah, I think he's still in the middle of the track near Bobby the Human Utah Elephant. Yeah, he's off the track now, at least, but... Chile, AMS Rain, Atlantis is 1, 2, 3 for those guys. Now, we saw China, wet conditions. Atlantis actually struggled a lot. And, he barely finished in the top 5. It was not a pretty race for him. How does he, obtain any frustration that he has with the rain as we reach the rain period in the inner stage. What does he kind of think? Does he get frustrated? How does he try to keep that frustration back? Because I know he's on off traction, and I know that doesn't help at all. So how does he kind of keep that frustration back from him and not think about all the, off traction and chances that he could spin? Well, he had clipped the instant with Patriot instant replay here from stream. He put it in the chat if you want to see it, Paulo. And Bobby the Human actually pitting. But looking back at a replay of the incident, which is about 10 seconds long. AMS Rain going down the inside, clipped the curb, and yeah, just got in there and spun Patriot. I think the stewards will probably give that a 3-second, maybe a 5-second penalty for any damage it caused. But I think the stewards will have to say a lot about that one. So AMS Rain probably going to be under investigation with that one. Looking at the replay from Tommy Karate's point of view. Thank you for clipping that, Tommy Karate, giving a little instant replay. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think AMS Rain meant to do that. I don't think he meant to do that. Some people do act like he meant to do that. He probably didn't. But that's what happens sometimes when you get impatient. So, yeah. And yeah. Well, AMS Rain, Atlanta's 7/10 between them. 6/10 between them. He's actually caught up to AMS Rain a lot more. But Atlantis is going to need to be careful of the traction as it starts raining more and more and more. Here he comes, overtake button engaged, and can't really do much here with AMS Rain. Yeah, I can't really do much, but he does exceed turn 1 a ton. And AMS Rain, a bit of a slide for him off of turn 2. Brake tester, though, on the back of Milo. Gonna trade positions here. Damage for Patriot because of AMS Rain. Well, there you go. From Jack. But Milo Gaming staying ahead of Brake Tester through turn 2. Milo does not want a repeat of what he did in the Renault that one time, where he spun through turn 2. Some may remember, some may not. But here comes Brake Tester into turn 4 this time. Trying to get enough traction, trying to get down the inside of Milo, trying to get enough room to get back by Milo. Originally was at the start of the race, but fell so far back he wasn't ahead of Milo. He fell back behind him. Can't do much here. Penalties, we'll do an update for them in a moment, but we're wanting to focus on the Milo and Brake Tester battle. Well, 2/10. Milo, Brake Tester, not a move to be made there. Well, let's check the penalties quickly then. GSR Chili, just 2 warnings for him. AMS Rain, I think those 2 warnings on lap 1 could be for collision. They were both for exceeding track limits, so they weren't. Atlantis, 3 warnings for him. You could tell one of them is from collision. Luke's got a penalty. XPLO's got 2 warnings. Adam Fav's got a warning. Patriots got 2 warnings. Big Chungus, a penalty. Riles, nothing. Milo Gaming, a penalty. Brake Tester, 3 warnings. Utah Elephant, a warning. Bama, a penalty. Davis, a warning. Matty Mumu, 2 warnings. Callum, a penalty.
Davis picks up a penalty as you say that.
Alrighty then. Sam Steed. 2 warnings for him. Rapalucas, nothing. Bobby the Human, 2 penalties. Penalty for F1 Boy. 2 warnings for Chili. And AMS Rain, 2 warnings for him. Next leader again. Well, we've gone through the field. F1 ARL fake, which is fake fairy claims F1 Boy got grounded mid-race. I don't know, but I'll wait for confirmation before I assume anything. Could that be the reason why he retired? Don't know, but I mentioned this in Britain, Paulo, and I think you can agree now is the point that it's actually showing up and being right. 2.5 seconds between the race lead, and you look at GSR Chile, and I said this in Britain before. in Britain, I said this could be a turnaround race for Chile. This could be the race of the season for him. Who knows? And Chile has been leading the race ever since. And could he be on for his first win? You got to be at the right tire at the right time, though. So keep that in mind when you're racing. But he leads this race. He's yet to get on the podium at all. Is this even possible for him to have happen?
I mean, it could happen. It's weird because it's going to be dry at the very end, but will it be enough for dry tires? It's just going to be all about who can play that strategy right. It's going to be like, I think it's like going to be like Britain from last season, where people are going to go on the sauce at the perfect time and overtake the slow intermediate runners. So it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be exciting to see who's going to take that risk. The end.
Yeah, I was just going to quickly respond to a chat message from Evil Matrix, previous driver from Tier 3 over here. I actually want to say, yeah, I kind of feel bad for you over there in GSR Tier 4 because it's kind of, at least the last few weeks over there, it's been a little bit of a mess in Tier 4 GSR, so I kind of feel bad. And yeah, if you ever want to come back or race, you know who to contact. So yeah, just thought I'd put that out there. And mention you in chat as well. Hi to you. But yeah, if people want to try this is one-stop strategy. That's all wrong. I don't think people want to pit though. But if people want to try to see how long the inters will stay on for, if the rain does pick up, I think Atlantis is going to be the person to do that. And why I say that is because he leads the championship and he can take risk. He's got nothing to lose because look where his teammate runs, 14th. So, yeah. I'd also say as well, Matrix, if there's one Tier 3 race that probably stands out of the rest for very bad races or just bad races, I'd say, and I think that was Tier 3 Japan. Square could probably tell you, but that was the only race I could think of that I'd say was really a standout bad race with driving standards. So, yeah. Now, anyways, back in the focus with the top 3. AMS Rain, Atlantis, they run close to one another, while Chile leads by 3 seconds. And I was talking to Chile before the race, and I had said, you have had a lot of bad luck. You need to get luck on your side. And he basically talked about he's not been very lucky in these. He wants to get some luck on his side. And I think with that, that front row he got, it was just, it showed. He's got to have some luck. And some way or another, he will get on the podium this season. But for the meantime, Milo has got by brake tester. Davis has actually spun off. And it's been a horrible disaster the last few races for Davis ever since Italy. That pole was really a downgrade, really, from him. And it's not been so good. And I've not been impressed with how his luck has been, how his racing has been. I mean, it's not been the best for Davis. It could be better. But regardless, you need luck on your side first. That's all you need. And, yeah. Milo Gaming, falling back from brake tester. About a good 8 tenths between them. Now 7 tenths. He's actually gaining a little bit. But even with the 5-second penalty Patriot had coming in this race, he still runs content with Adam Fav. And I think the only person right now in this top 10 who can beat Atlantis, who is in the top 5 in the championship, is Adam Fav. But it's very unlikely to happen. He's going to try to go back-to-back Spain races winning. But look at how much heavier the rain has got. It has actually got to the point where it's got to the wets. To the point where people are pitting. And I think they noticed it very quickly. Wet tires for Chile and rain, possibly. It should be the wet tires. It is going to be the wet tires. This could rather go, just like Hungary with Tier 3. This could rather go very good or very bad. Now, they are going to have to switch back onto the inners at some point, so keep that in mind. But let's see how much time they'll lose or they'll gain with these wet tires. Positions traded because Patriot pits, Adam Fav pits. They're going onto the wet tire. So is Big Chungus and Riles. This could be game-changing for all these guys. Right now, Atlantis resumes the race lead. Alabama Outlaw and Adam Fav, these two have a bit of history from the last time Bama raced in Britain. Bama can't get by Adam Fav whatsoever right here. might try something dicey, might try something interesting down to turn 4. Don't think he can do so right now. He's definitely not close enough to do so, or else he'd wreck himself. It wouldn't be smart. But Adam Fav, Utah Elephant, Chungus, Bama are all in this type of train. And there's a yellow flag. That's the Haas driver.
Davis
That
again.
is Davis. And I think he may be struggling on those inners. Keeping in mind for the wets, it's kind of even between Chili and the inners. It's kind of even. I mean, now now he's kind of struggling, but yeah, it's a little bit even. Now, I think Luke and Expilo have hit this lap. Remember, Expilo got his only podium in ARL in the wet conditions at Austria. So, keep that in mind for this race, and 13.2 seconds between these guys. And it's another spin for Davis.
Davis again, yeah.
He is just struggling. He is just struggling. Hope he gets it back going in a straight line, but, well, a bit too early on that. Lost it off the corner and is now spun around again. Well, you have GSR Luke and Brake Tester actually going side by side between turn 3, that was. Luke may try to go down the inside again. He's actually down the inside again. Side by side at turn 4. Luke, I think, may get ahead. He's got ahead. He's got the position, and he's got ahead of Brake Tester, who's actually on the intermediate tires.
Probably trying both
Yellow
stages.
flag.
Yellow flag. I think it's Bama Outlaw who spun. Yeah, it is.
Doesn't have any damage. And I think most of the drivers have changed to the wet tire, but a lot of people actually staying on the intermediate tire, which may mean for them, yes, the wet tire may be better right now, as there's a spin that is Davis again. Yeah, the wet tire may be better and all, but what's going on here? Can't get going, I guess. He's stuck, maybe.
No, he's
But,
trying to let everyone through.
Yeah, he's going to get a 10-second penalty by the game, though. I know how the game's going to
Yes,
get a
have to
10-second
wrap it
penalty,
extreme.
though. Yup. He's going to get one right now.
Yep.
There you go. Now, what this is showing, though, is although the wet tire might be faster at halfway point in this race, it may show then another 10-second. It may then show the intermediate tire may be the tire that would be better later on, and people aren't wanting to switch onto it, looks like. I don't know why Davis is spun out again.
Oh yeah, he's missed the pit lane.
Yeah, good job of that. I don't even know if he's doing this intentional or not, but he's definitely not having fun from the looks of it. I agree with that. I'm gonna keep on board right now. And there's
Oh,
reasons for
Chili's
that.
picked up a penalty.
Yeah, that's from second position.
He's getting on Atlantis a lot now, but I don't think Atlantis is planning on pitting.
Well, here comes Brake Tester and Matty Momo down the inside. These two have collided before this time because Brake Tester has actually got a head right there and very, very good skills in the wet because he has used those wet tires to his advantage. Yeah, I don't think he's actually in control now that you say that. Yeah, I don't know. But it just looks weird how that's happening, I guess you could say. Look at the rain, though. From Big Chungus' onboard. It is getting heavier. That's a yellow flag for Rappalucas. 17th. Actually, that's for Davis. Is he even controlling that car?
It looks like
I
it could
don't
be
know.
monsoon conditions, honestly, soon enough.
Which could bring out a safety car. We didn't see wet tires in the Tier 3 race, but yeah. We could see safety car for monsoon conditions, which we've seen before in Tier 2. So it wouldn't be the first time. Regardless, Utah Elephant, Brake Tester, down the inside, to the right side this time on Utah Elephant with the help of the overtake button. Wheel to wheel between the two, he outbrakes him. He's got ahead. Utah Elephant trying to switch back though, can't do much there. So, what I think Atlantis is then doing, and I think this may be the way it will work out, if it is monsoon, it is a safety car. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm aware. I've seen that before from 2019. I've seen that before from 2020. But it looks like the rain conditions have kind of died down just a little bit from a moment ago. A lap ago, actually. And what this then means, though, Atlantis is staying on the inner tire. He's in control of this race. The others pitted for the better right now. But the thing is, Atlantis is just wanting... There's Adam Fav, Milo touching down. It's Sector 3. Adam Fav's got ahead. And there's a little train here. Maybe more than a little. Big Chungus has got through Adam Milo. Now Patriots got through. Milo has been passed by 3 cars right there. Patriots got ahead. Milo trying to challenge back. Can't do so. Now you see how much the intermediate tire is struggling. But my question is, yes, inners is not the thing right now to do. But Atlantis is maybe waiting for, let's just say, a safety car to come out to go on wets. Or even just staying out for the time being. Because it's going to switch back to inners at some point. Because the race ends in overcast conditions. So, that's what he's probably doing, staying on the inners. But, you can just see how much more pace Chili's got than him right now. Yellow flag, that's Davis out of the session.
Hopefully it doesn't cause a safety car. Oh, and it does.
Wow. Well, I kind of called that safety car, didn't I, right there? And, yeah, he's been struggling for way too long. And yeah, that's kind of ruined things. Chile was going to pass Atlantis, and Atlantis, that's the only thing he could hope for. A safety car. But, yeah. Yeah, inners will need to pit for new tires, but inners can go, I'd say 15 to 17 laps. What would you say? I'd say,
I'd say around the same length as mediums.
Yeah, 15 to 18 laps, that's what I'm thinking. Just half
Max
the race.
of 20.
Yeah.
If you're like Atlantis with good tires, but Atlantis does come into the pits. Davis has left the session. Yeah, it's been a horrid day for Davis.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused on why that's happened. I'm a bit questionable on how that's happened.
Ooh, Atlantis has actually gone on to new inners.
I mean, the rain has kind of stopped being as heavy as it has been, so I could see that. I could see that.
It's a risk. It's definitely a risk. But
It is a
could pay
risk.
off.
It is a risk, yeah. And, Milo Gaming's pitting. I would assume Utah Elephant and Matty Momo and Bama would. Maybe one of them might gamble. Yeah, Atlantis pitted for inners. I'm kind of, a little shocked about that, though. Regardless. Utah Elephant in the pits. Milo going for inners. Okay, so this then rather means the wet tire is not the fastest tire anymore. And or this may mean they're ready for when it actually dies down, the rain. So this could rather be crucial to Atlantis' race, or this could hurt it. Rough day for Haas is right.
Yeah, Utah Elephant's gone the inners as well. Like, some people are going on to the inners.
Yeah, the rain is heavy, but I don't know if it's still wet conditions. Hey, I'm not a driver. I'm not Jeff. I mainly go based off Jeff or what my race engineer tells me if they're race engineering me. So I go off that. Yeah, I think I know why too. I think it's fair to say. Say why at least, because yep, here comes the leaders. Yeah, look at him possibly preparing for the next stage in this race. They're possibly preparing for when it's going to go dry. Well, not, yeah, maybe go dry, but maybe go inners. Because it's supposed to go overcast at the end, which could be inners or dry. So, he's took this opportunity to pit. And yeah, Chile has. AMS Rain has. So has Patriot. So has Riles. And so many other guys on the wet tire. Yeah, I could see that. Because it's not raining as hard anymore. It may actually stop raining entirely. But I don't know. I'm quite curious to see. I'm very quite curious to see how the wet tire pays out to the inners. It's GSR Luke leading, head of XPilo, head of Atlantis, which then has Adam Fab, Big Chungus, and Brake Tester behind. Yeah, I think they're preparing for the next stage of the race, which is going to probably be intermediates, and may be the end of the race. because that's kind of what Overcast is in this game. Very light drizzle that may not even be intermediate tires. So who knows? They're preparing for the next stage in the race. That's the way I look at it. And this is a great way of doing so. I feel like I know why. I do. I mean, I am dumb, but I'm not that dumb. So, you know.
Some people I feel like are
Yeah.
in a good position are GSR Milo Gaming, Patriot, all those guys on the inners from Chile to
Ooh,
Patriot
boy.
to Ray. Oh no. Oh no. Not this again.
Never mind. It's all cleaned up. Never mind. I spoke too soon.
Oh, now Milo. Oh, thank God. Thank God Milo isn't gonna get involved. He nearly got hit.
Oh, yeah. I think people should. I hate to say it. I'm just gonna be brutally honest. Just accept the 5-second penalty. I'm just being honest. I think that's what Atlantis did in Britain, and he got them removed.
Yeah,
you may get
just
lucky
it
by
removed,
getting them removed. You may not.
Get penalty and remove
Yeah.
it. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
should be
remove
able
it.
to.
It's an unfair penalty. We all know that.
Yeah, exactly.
As Rapper Lucas does go into the pits, he's probably gonna go into the intermediates himself.
Yeah, Davis went on a bad setup, so that's why Davis was sliding. He was on a bad setup, which I could see. I could really see that, and I think that's really hurt. Probably his momentum, his chance, and his championship hopes may be over, because there's 4 races left, and we go to Singapore next week, and I don't think he's going to be in championship contention much longer. I really don't. Well, I think this safety car should be coming in this time. Atlantis is the first guy at inners, but the thing is, Chile and the rest of the pack behind, who all have on inners, are going to have to pass Adam Fav, which probably is going to be the most worst to pass, and probably the biggest pain to pass, because you could probably agree, Adam Fav is probably the biggest pain to pass on the racetrack. Not as a bad thing, but in a good way, because he defends a lot. And with the way he defends, it's hard for people to pass him. Big Chungus as well. Aggressive driver right there. Brake tester as well. He's hungry for wins. So, it's going to be hard to pass them. And safety car is in this lap. Paulo, how about you give people kind of a call on the safety car restart?
Well, G Starlick is leading the field here. I wonder what's he gonna do. Hopefully, he doesn't pull what Kagoda did in Singapore last season.
It's the Burns brothers.
Yes, the Burns brothers hopefully don't do anything like his brother did. Atlantis is going to be in probably the best position because he's on those intermediates. Expilo and Luke are on the wet one. It's by the looks of things, it's intermediate conditions. We're about to go green. Safety car is in. Now he is away now. He's a decent launch, I'm gonna say, and good launch from Expilo as well. As behind, we don't really see any battling actually. There's a massive gap between everyone. As Luke leaves from Expilo to Atlantis to Adam Fav. Big Chungus has just picked up a 3-second time penalty. And yeah, there isn't really many battles at the back.
And this is Atlantis' chance to get the race lead back and win this race. Utile Elephant, though, by Riles. Things change right there. Atlantis, though, he's going to have to negotiate his way through the field, the 2 leaders, on the intermediate tire. The intermediate tire does not look like the best tire right now, though. It may be at the end of the race. That's why he's chose to go to inners again. He's preparing for race, which, honestly, is not a bad idea.
It's a smart idea.
So, it is a smart idea, because it's not... The crossover period is kind of equal on these tires right now as things stand. It may be crossing over very soon, but who knows? It could get dry or less wet quickly. Brake tester by Chungus. There's a big train. Look at Chile on Patriot. Patriot's got through. And AMS Rain, actually an AI right there. I don't know why, but around the outside of AMS Rain, Milo Gaming goes. And Atlantis has got by Expilo. So that's his challenge, trying to go by the leaders. And Luke has struggled. Luke is cut in front of Atlantis and struggled. Luke's coming to the pits. Expilo stays out. Here's Expilo trying to challenge for the race lead as Atlantis leads the Grand Prix. Atlantis ahead of Expilo, then ahead of Adam Fab. But the overtake button and the slipstream is helpful for XPLO. And down the order, all the guys go who are heading into the pits, such as Brake Tester, Luke, and Big Chungus. Bobby the Human picks up a 3-second time penalty. But Patriot and Chili have a chance to challenge for this race victory, though, if things stand very well, and Utah Elephant is spun off.
That's at turn 1, or the exit of turn 2.
Well, Patriot trying to get by Adam Fav. Adam Fav kind of allows him to go through, surprisingly, right there. Now it's Chili's opportunity. Patriot still trying to win that 5-second penalty, but Chili has got the traction that he needs out of turn 5, that is. Got the momentum, got the run, and he's got ahead of Adam Fav. Adam Fav really struggling. Iron Wets, and gets punted by AMS Rain. They're side by side. Contact made. They're off the track.
AMS Rain's off the tracks. Same with Adam Fav, he has to take the old 1994. Oh, there's a big crash. Sam Steed is out.
And contact Adam and Bama. Contact made. And yeah, Sam is off. AMS Rain is off. Rappalucas has to trade positions with Utah Elephant as there is a safety car. Late race here.
It's
in
chaos.
Spain.
Chaos at the end of Sector 2. And a late race
Sam
safety
Steed
car
go
that
off?
could affect the race. As I think, yeah, Patriot on those inners. XPLO does come into pit.
I would assume Adam Fab would too.
Now, I wonder, what's XPLO gonna do?
Yeah.
Amos Rain's also
Amos Rain is
retired.
retired. I was just on board with him. He's actually missed the pits. I think he was trying to pit there for foaming damage, but he's made it even worse by retiring out of the race. I didn't notice that because I was unplugging
And Adam
my
Fav's
charger.
pit crew hasn't come out in about 10 seconds. They sprint out and then finally fit on the tires.
I've had that before.
For Ferrari
Goes
pit crew.
onto the softs. Okay.
Who's got on softs?
Luke.
Ooh. Now,
This could get good. Well,
here's the
honestly,
thing.
let's go through some of the surprises of the race. Patriot, though, he's yet to win a race this season, has that 5-second penalty. We will check penalties later on, so keep that in mind. Patriot as well coming back. I mean, I think that's impressive regardless because coming back even stronger even with the penalty. And I think even though he's yet to win a race, he still can be on podium. Chili as well, I think driver of the season by him. And Riles, top 5, not bad for him. That's awesome. Be on the right tire at the right time, and you got this. That's all I'll put it. And Callum and Milo, both racing points in the top 7. Callum could get a best finish of the season if I'm correct here, right now. So that'd be great for Callum. I'd love to see that. And Bama Outlaw on his return into the top 10. Good to see.
Matty Moo has been a great comeback as well. He's gained 13 positions this race. He started down in P17. He had a poor qualifying, but he's found his way back up the order. So it's a battle between the Williams and the McLarens.
Well, yeah, Rain is a part of racing, and so is AMS Rain. He's a part of racing here too. Yeah, so I kind of gave a little pun with that, I guess. But yeah, change to AMS Drive. Change your name to AMS Drive, then we'll talk. Well, AMS Soft. I like the names. I like the jokes. But hey, it could get a bit dry by the end of the race. I will say, it has almost, and I mean almost, stopped raining. So Luke could rather get this very right or very wrong. So yeah, safety car should be coming in this time. Safety car going a bit slow, but that's okay. You have Atlantis, Patriot, Chili, Matty Momo, Williams versus McLaren. This race will probably be. And think about how far back Matty Momo was at the start of this race. He started 17th, and he had problems in lap 1 when it was in the dry conditions, and he's gone off.
Yeah, I just saw he's just gone off. What's going on there? He's letting everyone through.
Nice.
And why does it sound like there's fireworks outside? I don't know. There's
Halloween! Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, boys.
Anyway.
There's fireworks. Hopefully there's
Bama,
fireworks when
5-second
the race winner
penalty.
comes around, because that'll be funny. Unfortunately, you
Bama,
can't hear
5
it because
second.
of the bit.
Bam. Bam, a 5-second penalty. Utah and the safety car is in this lap. So, field has got bunched up, and Luke could either get this very right or very wrong when it stops raining. That's all I gotta say. Or, it may just be faster enough for dry tires. It may just come to that. While Atlantis is gonna lead the safety car restart ahead of both Williams, and now, then ahead of Riles and Callum, who sit 4th and 5th, and we're back to the green flag. He's not fully on the gas, but he is now, and he's got the overtake button engaged with the race lead, and he's got going very quickly. Now you've had Patriot, Chili, Riles, Callum, Milo all in a really big train. Here is XPLO, goes by Matty Momo. You have Alabama Outlaw trying to stay out of Utah Elephant in it, but so far as things stand, it keeps positions in the top 8 through turn 2 to turn 3. Matty Momo ahead of XPLO, and just think about how right Luke could get this by the end of this race if he is very right or very wrong. He's taking gamble. And Matty Mumu has got passed by Brake Tester, has got passed by XPLO right there, falling down the order. He may have a bit of damage from earlier under the safety car, but you have Riles challenging for a podium right now because of Patriots' 5-second penalty heading into this race. And right now, Riles could be on for a podium. And what a story that would be. A first podium since March 14th, since the start of the pandemic on Halloween. That would be a great gift to Riles and the Red Bull team. But he's got Callum for company as things stand because XPLO has picked up a penalty. But here comes Callum down the inside VSC. The track is dry. The track's dry.
That's going to really help
raining.
DSR Luke.
I told you, he could get this right or he could get this very wrong. And he may get this right. He may get this right. Luke's going to be in position for points, I think. I don't know about a win. This VSC doesn't help it too much, but who knows?
Though it will help that the inner runners won't be pulling away. He's gained 16 seconds on Atlantis in 4 laps.
Pitting. Patriots pitting. They're all going to dries. This could be very good or very bad. Atlanta stays on the inners. This is just like Britain at the end of the race. If you remember last season, where Beatnik stayed on the inners and everyone else really got into the dries, and it really costed him. To the softs goes Patriot. Luke is already ahead into 12th. Look at this. This could really be big and crucial for Luke, but these guys all go to pit. Milo, Chili, Utah Elephant, and Patriot. But Riles, Callum all stay out and staying on the podium as the top 5 stands. Now, here are the penalties. Atlantis, 3 warnings. Riles, nothing. Just warnings. Callum, a penalty for him. Usually see more penalties, but it's very impressive by him. Bama, he's got the 5-second penalty with the 2 penalties. Brake Tester, warnings. XPLA, warnings. Actually, a penalty, sorry. Big Chungus, 3
VSC
penalties
again.
There. VSC, yeah, this may not help their chances. This may not help their chances of winning this race on the soft tire. It's very soft. It's random.
Unless the VSC is very short. This is going to help Atlantis at least.
Yeah, if he wants to go pit, he can now. But the gap to Luke would be very close. If he were to pit, he could do now. He chooses to stay out. Green flag is back
green
out.
Flag again. And it's DRS enabled now. Riles pits, Callum pits, Bama pits.
Atlantis is rather time this right or time this wrong. Yeah. And Brake Tester on first podium. XPLO since the Austria race of last season on for a first podium. So is Big Chungus. Let's check the penalties between these 3. Brake Tester, though, he has got warnings. XPLO, he has got a penalty. Big Chungus, though, on the other hand, does have many penalties. He can appeal 2 of them, I think. But it's going to be a matter of time for these soft tire guys. Luke picks up a penalty. Yeah, is it enough time, though, for these guys to go on the soft tire? Is it enough time, really? It's a big question.
I think there is enough time.
I don't know, but can they gain the positions that they need to, though? That's my question. Can they? Can they gain the positions that they need to? And, who has fastest lap? That's a big question. It is GSR Luke. Well, he can maybe take that back. Well, 6.7 seconds to Rapalukis, but his gap to the race leader is 20 seconds. He's got to have this track completely dry and gain so much in so little time. It might not even be doable. 2 laps to go. Utah Elephant picks up a penalty. And honestly, if I were Raul as a Callum, I really would have stayed out. I really would have gambled. I really would have. You know, of course it just got dry, but look at Luke may not even be able to get a podium, and Big Chungus goes on to pit. That's the wrong decision in my opinion. That's the wrong decision, but I'm not the one driving the car. I may be right or wrong, so who knows. While that happens, Luke is now behind the race leader by 16 seconds. So he has penalties though, while Atlantis doesn't. He's got actually 2 penalties, so that doesn't help him for a podium at all. I think Atlantis has won this. I really do. Look at him. Look at how much.
On Rapalukis and all them.
Oh my god. He's got the inside line. Look at the traction he's got out of turn 4. Now to turn 5. Down the inside he goes. Look at him. He's passing everybody. This is zero AI difficulty. He's got many moves.
This reminds me of Tiamat Marduk's Malaysia F1 2013 career movie. And there's a massive pileup, I think. Oh no.
Oh, X-Pilo. Around.
And Favre set the track.
Massive.
And X-Pilo's around.
Who is that at the back? Adam Favre set the track. All right, well, X-Pilo spun. And look at the gap between the race leaders, 9.9 seconds. Atlantis has got to hope that he can keep within 6 seconds of Luke or be a roadblock, really. That's what he's got to do. Here comes Luke on brake tester, and down the order, Callum goes. Callum, down the order. At the back, Adam Fab's out.
But AlphaTauri's are out. It's
going
to help Sing, but this is going to be so close.
7.4 now, but Atlantis needs to gain a 6-second gap on GSR Luke. Chile takes the fastest lap. 5 seconds. Look at the gap closing down on the last lap. Can GSR Luke be the one who timed this right? And can Riles take a podium? Because he is so close. Milo, Bobby the Human gaining on Maddie. Look at this. 3 seconds now. Luke may not be able to take the win, but he may be able to get it on track, though. Go on.
Yeah, Lance is so struggling.
Luke wants to finish this race so he can get trick-or-treating. I agree. Well, here comes Riles on brake tester. Contact made. Here he comes for the race lead, Luke. Onto the back of Atlantis. He's gone through, but Luke has to pull away by 6 seconds in this last sector. He has to. Atlantis can't afford a penalty. Look at how much slower Atlantis is. Can he beat him, Luke? It's not enough time, I don't think. Bobby the Human goes by brake tester. Luke coming to the line on Halloween. The youngest driver in the league will get the victory on track, but it's going to be Atlantis, I think, with the win. It's another win for Atlantis, extending the championship lead. And how about Riles on the podium for the first time in so long?
Brake tester.
Oh my God. How about that? Best finish for him, but can we give a huge congratulations to Riles, though? It's the first podium, though. Oh, my God. I'm losing my voice.
What insane end to the race. Jeez.
That's phenomenal stuff. Bobby the Human, something happened to him unless penalties happen, because he's dropped back to 8th on the last lap. No, I'm not crying. No, I'm just losing my voice. No, I'm just losing my voice. Don't worry. That's actually insane. Driver of the day from the game, GSR Riles.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about that? It's well deserved. Oh my God. Riles in Utah, though. Yeah. Utah, P6. Not bad from his start of the race.
Apparently, Utah's going to get 8 seconds removed. He could get P4, apparently.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I could have done tier 1 like this. I really could have. I don't know why I didn't now.
Can you please make it dry at the end of the race so I could do something similar? Please. I want to win.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
Yeah, change the weather. Make a heavy rain for most of the race and have it dry at the end.
Which should be able to get him, in fact, up there. Get the podium finishers in here. That's great. For GSR Riles and GSR Luke, a win on track. I mean, that's got to be impressive. 4 stops to those guys to the podium. I also want to talk to GSR Chili, too. What a day of commentary. That was great. Riles!
Yo!
He's joined the fun.
What a race.
Yeah, someone in the comments said Luke needed to go trick-or-treating, so that's why he went onto the sauce and wants to end this race quicker. At least you can go trick-or-treating knowing that you came second, Luke.
Well, do you have to go trick-or-treating? I mean, I actually asked you earlier in the week, though. What would you rather do, trick-or-treat or do a league race? And I think you said do a league race, so how about that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so there you go. Nah, I didn't tear for Riles, I will say, but I'm losing my voice. That's what I did. I couldn't speak for much longer. I need water.
Hell of an ending.
Agreed. Well, let's start with the race winner, Atlantis. Can I at least see if your audio is included? So talk quickly so I can see if your audio is included, because you use Xbox app. So let me see if it's included in the stream first. Talk. Okay, you can hear me off your TV, or off my TV, sorry. May as well interview you first. Congratulations on the win. You timed it perfect. Even though you didn't win the race on track, which, I mean, you'd love to win the race on track. You won it off penalties. I mean, you played the inner strategy right, and you did the right thing to win the race. How do you feel?
Oh, mate, you know, lap 9 when the rain started coming down. One more lap and I would have been out, lap 9. So, I was on 74% when I pitted the first time, and then at, what was it, like lap 25, I pitted for the intermediates again, and the safety car. And Jesus Christ.
Well, it's another win in the season, extending your championship lead. Have more races like this or don't, because I think you enjoyed that one.
Oh, I think that was stressful. If it wasn't for Pluto, that I wouldn't have done that. I was going to pit for South, but Pluto told me not to, and I followed the man. I told him, like, he said, don't pit, otherwise you're going to do what Luke did, and fall to the back, and then you'd have to get past everyone again. He was like, Luke's going to overtake you on track. Penalties, so you're still going to get a win either way. So I was like, you know what, and I won the race. And I do appreciate Pluto for that.
Yeah. And how do you look forward to Singapore as well, for the second time in ARL, to be ran at? You know, this, I will say with this point of the season, 4 races left. You know, Maddie, Sam, Adam Fav, all those guys who want to win the championship have to do more, because you've extended your gap and you've won.
See, I love Singapore. I like high downforce circuits. I'm not gonna lie, Adam hasn't had the best form recently, so I don't think he'll be the championship much longer. Sam again hasn't had the best form recently. He'll be struggling to keep up. I think Matty could do a bit better as well, but honestly, I think if Luke keeps getting these P2s, he can still second in the championship, or even first if I fuck up. Sorry, language. My bad.
And you have been fined by ARL Stewards. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, now, regardless of that, congratulations on the win. I think it was deserved, especially with how you played the strategy. The guys behind you had 4 stops, you had 2 stops. You played that perfect. And I mean, I didn't want to reveal anything you were doing in McLaren practice that you had said. I was just kind of trying to say, is he trying to do this? No, I knew what you're doing. So, you know, don't fool me, I know. But hey, congratulations on the win. And I think it's well deserved. You played it right. Paulo, do you have any questions?
No, congrats on the win, Atlantis commanding drive. Yeah, GG's. Y- you all, it was close. It was close with Luke, but penalties helped you out. You kept it clean and you took the win. So GG's.
Thank you.
Now to our second place finisher who almost played the strategy right. He was so close. Well, Paulo, you interview your Irish friend there, Mr. Luke.
Luke, I have no words to say. How on earth did you pull that off?
So I was on the inters and well, I was on the wets and I decided to go on the inters and I didn't think I was going to go that far down. Jesus, I'm on firework outside, sorry. And I pitted for inters. And Danny came in, well, my brother, and he said go on the softs, and I'm just like, well, I might as well because I was like at the back of the grid. So I went on the softs, and I was just like, I was about to run downstairs and just scream at him because it was obviously the wrong strategy. I lost like 5 seconds under the safety car because I was just like spinning all over the place. But 2 laps later, it started getting like drier. And yeah, I kind of got lucky. When I came up to the people with the enters, I got the places where you can overtake on the track. So, yeah.
Well, moral of the story is listen to your brother. Is yeah, us older people, yeah, he's smart. But he play yeah, you have to shout him out there. That was a great strategy call. Because it's gonna be overcast at the end. You were gonna have the better pace, and you almost took the win. When you overtook the likes of Maddie and Adam Fab, it looked like you were racing on 0% AI. Um, it felt like Tia Murdoch from F1 2013 in Malaysia. When he was on the inners, when everyone was on dries on the final lap, and you almost took the win. But how happy do you feel by having not really the best of races to come home with a P2 in the end?
I'm super happy about it. Uh, I was very surprised like how easy it was to overtake in those last 3 laps. Um, I was complaining before the race about there was this like it was a spot that you would invalidate, but or get a penalty off, and that's why I got my second penalty. But I was like complaining about it before the race, and it's just like you shouldn't be getting a penalty for it. But I really don't mind. Well done to Atlantis for kind of staying out and taking the risk.
Yeah, congrats on the P2. A great P2. PMB. Peter, my bunny. Um, any questions for the 11-year-old?
Well, I don't know. I may as well say good job on it. You were so close, just so close. And I think Kagoda put it perfectly. What is it with you and him, Kagoda, on the last laps of Spain being denied? I that was close, but you won on track, so you can take that positive out. You had nothing to lose. But Kagoda had put in the chat, and I want to get your response to this. He said, "Thanks for the thanks, Luke, but Dad was the one that thought of that. You had nothing to lose. What do you think of that? I mean, you literally played it right, but penalties did play a difference, though, so it did kind of affect you."
I did get the penalty at the end when I was on the soft, I think, but I obviously didn't know my dad was the one who played the strategy call. I think he's watching downstairs, but I just thought he came into my room and my brother came into my room and said, "Go on the softs," and I was like, I told him it's not a good idea, but then I just did it because I was down in like P14, so I was like, there's no point in not. And it obviously worked out.
Yeah, I mean, you had nothing to lose, and you played it right. You had a chance of the race win. Now, you improve your position in the championship. I think, if I'm correct, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you said top 10 in the championship was your goal. Now is that correct? And do you expect maybe more after this race today on the championship after that race that had just happened with your podium?
Um, yeah, I definitely think I can get more good points finished. Maybe not as good as this, but definitely think I can get in the top five more a lot. I like the last few tracks as well, like Mexico, Singapore, and Brazil. Um, so I'm confident with those tracks, and I think I can maybe get another top five. Maybe.
Well, congratulations on the podium. Hopefully it stays. No post-race penalties, we hope, right? But yeah, hopefully it stays. Hopefully it is the way it is, and congratulations on it. But we actually need to give a huge congratulations to the guy who's not been on the podium since the last time he won the championship, in fact, on a record-breaking weekend. Oh my God, Riles. If you told me that you'd get a podium into this race in these crazy conditions, this crazy race, I wouldn't have believed you. I had actually thought in the booth with Paulo. Paulo can probably agree that we thought you going onto the softs too late. We thought it was too late. When Luke gone on, we thought it was just right. And when you gone on it, we thought that's the wrong strategy. You should have stayed out. You could have got on the podium, but wrongly predicted. You're on the podium again.
Here I am. It's good to be back.
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of similar to F1 driver last season, how he gone winless last season. He basically didn't go on the podium last season. How good does it feel to get that redemption, to be back on the podium after a season's long just drought of not being on the podium at all?
It feels good, actually. I put some work in this week. Like you said, the conditions were a bit crazy, unpredictable. I also thought that I went in a bit too late. I saw that Chile or one of the Williams in front of me had gone in, and I had dreaded that lap because I thought, man, I should have gone in that lap too. But it worked out. I'm very proud of this drive. I think it's one of my better in my entire career with ARL.
Red Bull get their first podium since Adam Fav last season. Well, this isn't tier 2, this is Adam Fav last season at oh my God, it's been so long. Adam Fav last season at Hungary. Oh my God, it's been that long. And that was another wet race. Do you think you and Rapalucas can take more chances on these wet races or these chaotic races in the future? Because we have 4 races left. There's definitely a chance for a chaotic or crazy race. There's a chance for anything. And like we saw today, I mean, we know who's going to be running up front. We know who's going to be probably winning the race, or at least in contention to, but we don't know who's going to be the big storyline of the day. And I think you were the big storyline of the day.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think we're going to try and hunker down, focus on the last couple tracks, few tracks, try and score as many points as we can.
Yeah, we've not got to talk to you a lot this season, but how is having Rapalucas as a teammate too? Because obviously you guys don't sit the best in the constructors, but I'm sure you enjoy having him as a teammate, of course.
Absolutely, he's very level-headed, easy to work with, and there's not very much infighting on track. We often work together more than we work apart.
Yeah, and I just got to say congratulations on the podium. It's been the first time since March 14th, which to this date is 7.5 months ago. And that's the last time you won that's the last time you were in your dominant fashion of winning races in Tier 2. So does that kind of remind you, I guess? I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I'm very
that
reminiscent.
does remind you. Yeah. All right. So congratulations on the podium. Paulo, do you have any questions for our first-time podium sitter? Since who the hell knows when?
This is actually his fun fact. This is his first podium since I started commentating.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
So the last time he got his podium, I wasn't even commentating. That's how long it's been.
Exactly. Yeah.
But absolutely big congratulations. It's taking us so long, but it was all worth it in the end. Great job, great strategy call, great result for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Paulo, let's speak a little bit on the race because think Riles and all these guys on the podium can agree. Let's see more races like this. Let's see it happen. I
Make him
wanna see
drive for
more
tier
races like these.
1.
I can't change it now.
No.
No, but I know. But the thing is, I actually really like the heavy rain to dry quali. I don't know about you. How did you kind of like it?
Yeah,
I really liked it.
yeah, that was interesting. It made it more suspenseful on who's gonna get pole. That was fun.
Well, a guy who got the front row from it was Chili. Let's talk to you quickly. I almost forgot you were here. I'm sorry. Well,
Sorry.
Chili, make sure you include your audio. Hey, you're an Xbox zapper, right? Yeah, let me actually bring my mic up to the TV when you talk. But yeah, because I have my TV at like not even full blast, but like loud. We'll put it that way. You locked out the front row with your teammate, and you did great today. The result might not show it, but with your pace today, it showed that you can definitely run up at the front, even if you have bad luck or good luck, you can still run up at the front. And I think you got to be happy about that.
Yeah, I'm happy in certain ways, but at the same time, just gutted in other ways. Pretty bad strategy call of that race. I knew I had the pace, but overall, it was just a disappointing result. But P5, it's still something to stay positive about, and I'm looking forward to racing more, definitely.
It's only what I guess it could have been, but hey, top 5 finish, and can't be mad about anything, can you?
Yeah, definitely.
So then my question then leads to you and your teammate. I think, in my opinion, worked together great as a team to stay put where you guys were and kind of battle it out, but in a fair way with one another. How did you kind of look at you and your teammate Patriot, which both of you yet to win a race this season? You've yet to get on the podium. So how confident do you feel then? My next question then is, how confident do you feel you can get on the podium at some point?
I'm definitely confident I can get on the podium. If not this season, or definitely next season. Patriot and I worked really well. We made a lot of strategical calls. One thing that we had a little bit of trouble with was just safety car restart. I hit the back of Patriot and damaged my wing. So that was the only unfortunate thing. But overall, we worked really well together, and definitely a good performance leading into the future.
Paulo, do you have any questions for our 5th place finisher today?
Well, as usual, I don't. Congrats on a good finish, I guess, but yeah, not really much to say, but yeah, a pretty crazy race overall for everyone.
Yeah, I like I was just saying to you, Paulo, because I kind of forget Chili was in here. These races, as 6 people watching, hear us talk. Hello, you elephant, and not a bad finish from you. I think it was P6, but no, I think these races need to happen more, and I think those qualifying sessions need to happen a lot more because it's so unpredictable, and I love it. Paulo, what do you kind of think of it?
That was crazy, but in a really, really good way. There was drama with incidents. I mean, there's definitely going to be a bit of stewarding involved with some of the incidents today, but yeah, it happens in league racing. The last few laps were some of the most intense laps I've ever seen. The whole suspense with Luke trying to get past Atlantis, it was great to watch, and thoroughly, from a commentator's point of view, I enjoyed that race, but I don't think it was the best from a racer's point of view.
Yeah, from a racer's point of view, I feel like people were kind of stressed and like, oh, what the hell do I do? Oh, no. But I honestly find it to the point where, like, from a commentator's point of view and from someone watching for Tier 1 tomorrow, I think you gotta love that. Like, I didn't find much dirty driving today. I know AMS Rain got an incident with Patriot. I know there was incidents throughout the field or even on a safety car sometimes, which Tier 2 still needs to fix the safety car shenanigans, but it's not as bad as it was in Britain, so I can't complain too badly. But again, this type of racing, that we had today. I think it proved no matter if we run wet, dry, we could still have the best racing in this league, and I've loved it. I think we need to see that again. I'll just reveal this now. I'm not gonna say if I'm actually gonna do this, but I'm actually thinking of making more races like that for all tiers. That's just great. I actually love that. And Ryle's the first podium too. That in 2 seasons it's been, really almost 2 full seasons. I think we got to give the man a round of applause at some point after the stream, because that is impressive, and I think that is the storyline of the day. If there's anything you could to mention, Paulo.
Yeah. Okay, I've just lost my train of thought now, and I forgot what I was gonna say.
Very professional for a reason.
Yeah, I'm the most I'm somehow still commentating, even though I'm probably the least professional commentator around.
I appreciate
Like-
it anyway, guys.
Like, most of the commentaries are just banners. Like, that's the thing.
No, I do think though that is probably the best part of the day. Non-bias included, because you've been my teammate before in GSR, so I mean, you all have been my teammate. Commentary, driving, so it's good to see you all here and good to see you all having fun though. But just to quickly end it, Tier 1 tomorrow, Polo. What do we see? Because it's gonna be very wet, and then to the inters possibly.
Just
Okay,
get very
yeah,
wet
fair.
this race.
Wow.
Have to
Yeah, I
get the
think the Instagram kind of captioned it the best. Jack, when he sees rain on the track, I may have got a little bit wet there. That's what his caption was. So, I know I can't wait for Tier 1 tomorrow, because I think that may be a blast too. And about time to end the stream. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and that was a thriller. Cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow for Tier 1. We'll see you then.
Happy Halloween, bye.